In this video tutorial, Dan will be showing you how to create a lesson in Moodle. I'll be showing you how to upload images and links and embed videos into that lesson. And Rebecca will be showing you how to add questions for student comprehension at the end. Even though you may not have access to Moodle, other systems will have similar capabilities, and this information may still be valuable.
The first thing you need to do when you're creating a Moodle lesson is turn editing on. This is a button on the top right. This gives you more options, so you can go down to your unit that you want to create a lesson, click Add an Activity, and click Lesson. Once you do this, you will need to select a name. We're going to call this Practice Lesson Moodle. Now, there's many fields that you have to fill in throughout this to give it the feel. Now, for time limit, if you want for there to be a time limit on this lesson, you can click that here. If you want 4 answers for every question that you pose, this is what you would choose. You can have this anywhere from 2 to 20. For grading options, you can create this as a practice lesson, or if you put this as a maximum grade of 0, this will not show up in the grade book. I like seeing and being able to make a grade in my mind, so I put this to 100. If you want to allow student retakes, you can do this, and I usually go with mean, but you can also choose the maximum retake. Ongoing scores, you can add that if you want as well. Moving down to flow control, this has to do with the lesson as you're doing it. If students, as they are completing this lesson, if you want them to be able to review their answers, go back and change them, you can click this to yes, and then display a review button. The maximum number of attempts, you can put all the way up to 10. I put it at 2 to encourage you to think about your answer before you do it. After the correct answer, you can show it to go in the normal path, which is the order in which you create each page. You can show an unseen page or unanswered page to make it more random. For default feedback, this allows students to get feedback on right or wrong answers, as will be shown later. For the minimum number of questions, I put this at 0 just so if I don't want to create one later on, I don't need to. For cards, you don't need to do this unless you're doing something like a slideshow. For the formatting, this is what the size and the color are going to be of your lesson when they click on it. With the background color, I have it selected because it's important. If you change this, make sure to look at your lesson first and determine whether your students can see it easily. If you want to have a menu bar, and if you want to have a progress bar, these are also options to show your students how well they're doing throughout. For access control, you can allow them to get into your lesson only if you have a password. This might be good if you want them to create some sort of a project before they come onto here. For dependent on, you can actually have this dependent on something else in Moodle, or you allowing them to do it, or you can link it to an activity. Pop-up files are things that you can add into the lesson so that students see it as soon as they come on, and it's more of an introduction. Once you're done with setting up your lesson, you would want to save and display. Next thing you will do is choose what you want to do, and Scott will show you how to add content into a questions page.
Okay, now that Dan has shown you how to set up the parameters for your Moodle lesson, I'm going to show you how to insert an image, add a live link to an image, website, or video online, and then lastly, how to embed a video into your lesson. So the first thing we need to do is to add a question page. And then this screen comes up. Now, if you're adding an image, say, from the internet, let's say I want to add this to my Moodle. So I right-click here, and I want to copy image location. What that does is it copies the URL code or the website name. So I click on copy image location, and I come back to the lesson. And now if I click on insert image, this window comes up. And I want to paste the image URL right there, create some alternate text. Now that's from the internet. If you had, say, a picture from your honeymoon or a vacation that you wanted to show your students, you could browse your computer, find it on your computer, upload it, and that's what these two images represent. And it would show the same way that the online image does. So if I click OK, I've seen that now I've added that image to my Moodle. Next thing I want to do, if I want to add a live link to, let's say, this shuttle picture, create some text, And then I want to highlight that text. And we come up here and we click Insert Web Link. Now I've already saved, copy and pasted the image URL, so I'm just going to copy and paste, or I'm going to paste it again into here, and then click OK. You notice that it changed color, it changed to purple and has an underline. Now that means that when the kids go through it, they can click on this link and it'll automatically bring them to the news feed that had this shuttle image in it. Last thing I'm going to show you is how to embed a video into your Moodle document. So if we go to YouTube and we find a video, any video you want, you're going to click on Share, and then this window comes up and you click on Embed. And now I want to copy this code. So if I copy that, this is the embed code. Go back to my lesson. Now I need to click on Toggle HTML Source. So if I click on that, what that does is it changes everything to like computer code or HTML code. And then I'm going to paste this code there. And then click the Toggle HTML Source again. And now I have a video embedded into my Moodle lesson. And if I save my changes by adding a question page, this is what comes up. Here's my image that I inserted, here's my cool link, and here's the video that I embedded. Next, Rebecca's going to show you how to add questions to your Moodle lesson.
In this portion of the tutorial, you'll learn how to add questions to a Moodle lesson. Here's the lesson I'm going to add questions to. I've already created it. When I click on the lesson, it's going to bring up a screen that asks you what you would like to do first. I'm going to click Add a Question Page. When this comes up, you're going to see different tabs for different types of questions. We're going to stick with the multiple choice type of question because all of the other questions are edited the same way as the multiple choice or close to the same way. First, you're going to come up with a title. Mine's going to be Example 1, and that's just the name of your question. In the page context box or contents box, you're going to type your question. For me, it's going to be, which is the correct answer? That's just a practice question. And as you scroll down, you'll find the answer boxes. Answer 1 is always supposed to be the correct answer. So I'm going to say yes is the correct answer. After I write my correct answer, I'm going to want a response for my students so they know if they got it right. So I'll type correct. Also, this is where we put the scoring in. Scoring here, I'm going to make it worth 1 point, and that shows that it's the correct answer. And when I scroll down for answer 2, this of course is going to be the incorrect answer. I'm going to type in no and the word incorrect into the response and make sure my score is 0. Once I've done that, I have an option to add two more answers if I would like. Now I'm going to click Add a Question Page. This will bring me to the Edit page. This Edit page allows me to proofread my question, see if there's anything I would want to change. Also, there's the Preview tab. The Preview tab allows you to preview the question as if you were a student. So it will allow you to see what it looks like. If you are happy with your question, you'll click Update this lesson, and this will have your question go live. To go back, to add more questions, click on the lesson, so questions in the tab, and go back to Edit. This will allow you to add more questions by clicking Add a Question Page here. So I'll add one more question. I'll do an essay. An essay is a little different than the multiple choice because you'll still have a title. So we'll go with Example 2. But this time, all I have to do is type in the question, which I will use the same one, which is the correct answer. And I can assign it a score. This time I will change it to 5 points. But you notice there's no response, and this is because this is teacher graded. there's no place for a response page. Now hopefully from watching this tutorial you'll be able to add questions to your Moodle lessons with ease. This concludes our tutorial on creating an interactive self-reflective lesson. We have shown you how to create a lesson, add a video, image, or link to your lesson, and add questions to test knowledge comprehension. Hopefully you learned something and will be able to create a Moodle course with ease. Thank you.